Hello, and welcome to our daily reflections on Saturday the 25th of July. Our readings for today are in front of you. If you haven't had a chance to look at them already, do take a moment now. Our readings this morning turn us back to a theme with which we started the week, to be wary of those who make efforts to appear holy or spiritual. The kingdom of God does not operate according to the rules of the world. It operates according to the justice of a God who sees everything, who knows everything, and who can do anything. In our passage in Luke, the disciples are arguing about who is the greatest among them. After all, they're companions of the Messiah, the chosen one of God. Surely that must count for something. But Jesus shoots down their boastful argument. The greatest one is the child. There's a wider lesson here. A child is aware of their insufficiency. A child who is hurt calls for their parents. When they are hungry, they ask for food. Many adults, by comparison, seem to live their lives showing the world how little they rely on anything external, boasting of how much they earn, seeking the largest house and the nicest things. There's a deep embarrassment to many adults in asking for help. It hurts our pride. It shows that we're weak. But Jesus is pointing out to the disciples that before God, which is the only comparison that matters in the kingdom of heaven, they are weak. And the greatest person in the kingdom of heaven is the one who is most totally reliant on God. This lesson can be seen in our reading in 2 Kings this morning as well. The first two groups of soldiers look at their own power against Elijah by himself, and, though recognizing that he's a prophet, order him to follow them. They believe that they're self-sufficient, but Elijah knows otherwise. The third group of soldiers humble themselves before God, recognizing their insufficiency. There's a great difference between Elijah in our Old Testament reading and James and John in our New Testament reading. James and John have not learnt the lessons of humility. They think that as companions to the Messiah, they can order God's punishment on those who displease them. After the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus, though, they would come to understand. In the early church, the apostles emulated Jesus. They were servants, humbling themselves so that people would see the God that they served. Let's follow their example.